Welcome, everyone, to the Commentary Podcast. I am your host, Pat Brennan.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another weekly film news, our first weekly film news of the new year. Tony, it's good to be back. It's good to be back doing this.
Hey man, yeah, I'm super excited that we're finally getting into our routine. How's the week going?
It's been a week. I'll say it's been a week, getting back into the groove of things. What about you?
Yeah, pretty much the same. It's been a week, but always get excited coming back to film news and
Hmm.
going to the movies. So kind of like a happy place, I guess, away
Hmm.
from everything else going on in the world.
So you got your Amoeba shirt on there.
Oh yeah, it was like covered in a bunch of stuff from my bag broke on the way inside the plane and I came back and I had to like wash all my clothes. I was boy threw everything together in like the washer and all my clothes got like lint all over them. I need to take better care of my clothes. But yeah, freaking wish I was going to Amoeba today. I want like a Challengers vinyl and like a couple other vinyls that I've just been like ripping like nonstop, like at work during the
Hmm.
week. Desner's Train Dreams. That's what I've been
Mm.
listening to this weekend. And I was like, am I in my sad boy era?
I'll have to keep an
But
eye out for them and see if I can find them for you.
no, yeah, or we can just go back too.
That's
That's
true.
fine as
We can.
well.
We can
It's
just go
just
back. We can.
I could have stayed in there like all fucking day.
Oh yeah, you can spend hours in that freaking place.
Yeah. No bathroom though. That's the only thing.
I know, no bathroom. So that brings us to the new releases of this week. And first up, 28 years later, The Bone Temple, coming from Sony Pictures, directed by Nia DaCosta, starring Ray Fine, Jack O'Connell, Alfie Williams, Aaron Kellyman, Emma Laird, and Killian Murphy. Now, we're going to be seeing this tomorrow morning. Tomorrow.
Dude, it's such a long weekend. I really don't I don't know what day it is. I also don't know what time it is. It's just like one of those weekends where it's like, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm super excited for us to go. You know what I was thinking? We are gonna start the film at the same time and like fingers crossed come out at the same time to be able to like talk about it afterwards.
It depends. I guess it depends on how many trailers play in front of each
Yeah,
one.
so for our listeners, we do this thing where we both live in different cities and we try to find like the most ideal time to go to the films that are like new releases together.
Hmm.
And sometimes like I'll come out earlier, sometimes Pat will come out earlier. We'll usually like link up right after and like talk about the movie for a little bit. But we went to go see Primate on Thursday. Oh man, what an entertaining movie. I liked it a lot. I don't know about Pat, but what I was wanting to bring up was that did you not notice that the trailers were like really short? Like they took off maybe a trailer for Scream 7 that was supposed
I
to
did
show?
I did notice that it wasn't as many trailers as normally plays. It was kind of
Yeah.
only like they only played like five trailers. I was like, oh, it's already starting. This is not bad.
I think they got cold feet because there's a final trailer that still has to come out before tickets go on sale. I just noticed that. That's why I bring it up. But we're talking about the Bone Temple, not anything else right now. Yeah, what are you excited about with this Nia DaCosta?
I've heard fantastic things so far, like nothing but good things. Even people that don't even like this franchise that much or say like, yeah, it's a good movie. Like it was a good movie. It wasn't bad. And I think DaCosta has the talent. I'm curious to see Killian come in at the end and show up,
Yeah.
and he's like an Avengers probably role. Like I'm building a team. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited to just go back into the world that Boyle and Garland created. So I'm curious to
Yeah.
see DaCosta's take on it. What about you?
I'm really excited for a weekend where I get to go see Anita Costa film. I mean, I said it last week already. She's doing the thing. She's doing the
Hmm.
shit. But yeah, this is a sequel to Danny Boyle's 28 Years Later, both written by Alex Garland. A bunch of people online, I remember back in our online era, they were talking mad shit about 28 Years Later. It's not
Hmm.
scary. It's not horror. It is horror, but it's also this coming of age film, and it had a very interesting theme dealing with death and how we
Hmm.
perceived loved ones passing on. Very emotional third act. I loved the entire story revolving around Spike in that one. It always cracks me up thinking about whenever he introduces himself to Ralph Fiennes' character, he goes, "This is a baby." It just cracked me up. But no, yeah, very emotional film that has a lot to say about like death. But I'm really excited
Hmm.
for DaCosta to return to horror, deliver a really good film in January right off the gate, you know? Horror is constantly evolving, and if you're gonna go to the theater, I kind of said that with a duh, like I was from Chicago. If you're gonna go to
Go
the
did it.
theater just to see blood and guts, just watch an action film because
Yeah.
there's a lot of underlying themes in horror. Horror is political. Horror is having something to say about like gender roles or having to
Hmm.
say something about like not taking shit in your life. There's just like a bunch of different things, and I'm excited to see what this one has to tell us for sure.
Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, I feel like we've talked about this movie a lot the last like few weeks because it's been leading up
Yeah.
to it with like
Mhm.
trailers and stuff. But I really liked 28 Years Later a lot last year. So yeah, I'm excited. And a January release getting really good critical acclaim is kind of unheard of in Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me excited for the whole year in general. Like, if this is
Mm,
what January of 2026 looks like, I think we're in for a really good year, and I'm
yeah.
excited to be talking about these films with you each weekend.
And this was in our 10 most anticipated of the year. So
Oh yeah.
we're already getting one of them right now. We're already getting one of them right now. So that brings us to the next release of this week, and it is Dead Man's Wire, coming from Row K Entertainment, directed by Gus Van Sant, starring Bill Skarsgård, Decray Montgomery, Carrie Ellis. I always mispronounce her name. I think it's Mahala, Coleman Domingo, and Al Pacino. Tony, this was supposed to come out, I think, end of last year, but they pushed it. I mean, it technically is a 2025 release. I think they're trying to go for any Oscar play, but I don't think it's going to get anything. But I'm excited to see Gus Van Sant. Bill Skarsgård, man, he's working. He is working.
Yeah, yeah, we talked about this one a few episodes back before the holidays. And
Hmm.
yeah, the getting pushed back a little, I picked up on that. I'm really excited for us to both go see this. I feel like we both have fun with action films and like
Hmm.
we usually have like a good combo after it. It's a true story. A lot of the
Hmm.
cinematography and the color tones ripped straight off the actual news camera footage. I remember telling you about this fun like fact about the filmmaking that it actually snowed on
Hmm.
the day that they were out there
Hmm.
filming and kind of gave them the exact setting for what this actually looked like. Dacker Montgomery almost looks completely unrecognizable. It's like
Hmm.
it's so crazy. And then I really am interested in the outcome of the story. I haven't read too much up on it, but I think it's kind of fucked up that the dad isn't like willing to save his son while he's at
It's
gunpoint. He
no
just
John
like
Q. It's no
yeah,
John
just to
Q.
give the kidnapper what he wants. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. We'll have to go catch this one soon. I know it's playing in theaters right now.
Yeah, I'm excited just to see a new Gus Van Sant. I don't even remember what the last movie he made was. I mean, but he's a very versatile director. I mean, you had like My
Hmm.
Own Private Idaho, then he makes like Elephant, then he makes Milk, and now he's making like kind of an action thriller. And yeah,
Hmm.
it's great to see Gus still putting stuff out, and I'm excited for it. I think the cast is great. Coleman Domingo has also been working a lot. He's
Yeah.
going to be in, I think, a lot this year as well. Al
Yeah.
Pacino. I don't know how much Al Pacino is in this movie, but they're they're really trying to push that Al Pacino's in this movie. He can only be in two scenes.
Yeah.
It's great to see this young cast getting work, and yeah, I'm excited for it. I think we both are.
You're getting me more into action. I will say that. And
Mm.
good on you because my dad would be like so pissed right now because he'd be like, "Oh, now you want to see action. Now you want to see action because your friend wants you to see action, but you won't watch 007 with me." And I'm like, "All right, dude. I so many times I can see 007." I joke, but I think I told you like a couple times in a week too that I wanted to be getting into action more. So I'm
Hmm.
excited.
I'm also not like the biggest action guy. It's like that's not like my go-to genre. But I mean, sometimes you could just throw on an action movie and like you know what you're getting out of
Have
it.
fun.
So it's gonna
Yeah.
be fun. I think it's gonna
We're
be fun.
drama guys. That's so funny to think about. We're the drama guys.
We're the drama. We're in drama club. Speaking of action, there's another release this week, and that is The Rip, coming from Netflix. It is directed by Joe Carnahan. It stars Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Stephen Yeun, Tiana Taylor, Sasha Callie, Catalina Cedino Moreno, and Kyle Chandler. Now, Tony, I didn't realize I was actually like, I think I was listening to Matt Damon. I think he was on Conan's podcast this past week. He actually talked about him and Ben haven't worked that much like together. but they're known to be like these best friends. And he's like, I mean,
Like
we
a
did Good Will
power
Hunting,
couple.
obviously. Yeah, we did Good Will Hunting and like Dogma, but he's like, I mean, we kind of went off and did our own kind of things. And I feel like for a bit there, I think Damon was the bigger star than Affleck, and because he had like Bourne, and then obviously like in the ocean stuff, and Affleck was very
Hmm.
much action heavy guy. But then it turned around, and Affleck became more of a director, went on to win Best Picture for Argo, and I just thought it was interesting that I was like, yeah, it's interesting that this is the movie that they would team up on to then
Hmm.
star in a movie together again. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I feel like Jimmy Kimmel has a very, very big hand in building this power couple thing between them.
Hmm.
First thoughts are like, it's cute.
Hmm.
It's really
Yeah.
cute. They're just two guys, and I love that they always have a very, very strong idea of what's going on in the box office calendar, like within the year.
Hmm.
They do talk a lot about new releases and like what's going on
Hmm.
in the industry. They kind of remind me of us a little bit. It's cool. With this one, I got to be honest, man.
Not doing it for you.
I no no no. It's not that it's not doing it for me. It's not that
Hmm.
at all. I actually am interested in this, but I got to be honest about my Netflix subscription. Okay. So I think
Okay.
you know a little bit about this, but I think it's important to tell the industry if they are listening to us, which I kind of like more lately have been feeling like somebody is listening to us. I subscribed to Netflix in November, and it was specifically for Stranger Things season 5. And
Hmm.
what a horrible investment that turned out to be. But I really don't know about Netflix releases until you tell me about them, like you
Hmm.
specifically. I don't think my social algorithms or like my email are even set up for me to hear about them like that at all. Like I heard about Train Dreams and Jay Kelly from these two Critics' Choice streamers, I'd call them. They're in the voting body, but they're streamers. They video their film reviews, but I have no idea about Netflix releases unless it's from you, man. But
Hmm.
yeah, so with this, it was kind of a surprise to see this thrown on the dock for this week. Yeah, we can talk about some of the cast and Tiana Taylor. I did see Tiana Taylor do a Netflix promo for 2026 Netflix projects on New Year's Day. I think it was like before we
Hmm.
went to go see Marty Supreme. It's awesome to see her get into work right after one battle after another. Like she instantly taps back in. I mean, that alone would sell me on like, yo, this is her next project after one battle. I'm down. I want to see.
No, I'm the same. I think the cast too is shockingly like stacked for again
Yeah.
like a January. I mean, it's a streaming release. I just think it's more of like you're saying with Netflix. I feel like with Netflix, a lot of people will subscribe to Netflix at the end of the year to watch their
Mm-hmm.
Oscar movies. And
Yeah.
what I feel like Netflix has done now is kind of they've let a lot of their contracts of like TV shows that they had, like I say they had like How I Met Your Mother or like New Girl, Breaking Bad on there. They would let
Mm-hmm.
those go and they're really promoting their Netflix originals.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
problem I have with Netflix is they have Netflix originals but they'll bury them. Wake Up Dead Man will be a perfect example. It's like in the top 10 for their streaming right now. In five
Yeah.
months, it won't be on anyone's homepage. It'll
It'll be
just be
buried.
gone. Yeah, because they're promoting the next thing. They don't care. Like you
Yeah.
already watched that. You already watched that. We don't want you to watch that again. We want you to watch this
Mm-hmm.
new product. It's kind of like this movie would have been in theaters 10 years ago in January.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it would have
Definitely.
and it would have done pretty well. I mean, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, those are big names. So it's interesting that, and I think they actually went on Joe Rogan's podcast. I don't like to give that guy like airtime, but
I don't know who that is.
they were talking
I'm
about
not
like
being funny either. I don't
Joe,
know who
he
Joe
is like one
Rogan
of like
is.
the biggest, he's like one of the biggest like podcasts like in the world. And he's very kind of, I'll say he's not a very good person. That's how I personally feel.
Wait, are you talking about the guy from Fear Factor? He has a
Yes.
podcast?
It's the like top
Really?
podcast like in the world. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it like
It's like the Joe Rogan experience, I think is what it's called.
I'm sure that we can talk about this on our film news because our listeners come back every week and they like to know kind of like where we stand on things. Is it like a right-leaning podcast thing?
Yeah, basically he's put a platform out of during that time, very right leaning, and I think he's starting to backtrack, but it's kind of damage is done.
Okay.
So it
Maybe
was
that's why I haven't
interesting.
heard of it. I really don't
Yeah, I
hear
mean, I
about
don't listen to it
anything.
at all. I don't listen to
Yeah,
it at
I
all.
don't
The
hear
episodes
about
are four
anything.
hours long. It's a long time.
I think there was like another name that popped up like that here recently that I hadn't even heard about the guy at all, like a TikToker or something like that. My algorithm, this is kind of crazy, but my algorithm kind of like protects me from a lot of stuff that I see people source and credit that like this is like really, really bad, like commentary on like
Hmm.
what's going on in the world, but I never see any of that. The whole reason I bring this up is maybe this talent went on that podcast specifically to market it towards that demographic.
You might not be wrong. I mean, he has the biggest podcast in the world, so you're reaching a lot of audience, and
I
it
don't
could be.
know. I mean, I didn't know about it, so could it be that big? I feel pretty confident going up but against those guys because a bunch of
And
stuff
sure.
doesn't hit my
Mhm.
ears. I haven't heard about it.
I think that
I'm
just like because they
I'm
were.
just being a little asshole right
Yeah,
now.
they were actually, I think they when they were on there, they were talking about like Netflix in general and like
Mhm.
I saw like a headline and I don't know if they were like ripping into it or ripping into the format, but it's just interesting like these two have kind of leeway in Hollywood and Damon's always a big proponent of like explaining how Hollywood has changed via breakdowns, whether it be those $100 million movies just they don't make them anymore. And if they do, they're for Netflix. They're not for theaters anymore. And I think that's
Mhm.
kind of what he was saying. But I'm curious to see what this. I do like Damon and Affleck as actors, and they haven't been in that much together, honestly. And it's nice to see just best friends just hanging out making action movies.
I
I
like
guess
that.
we'll see.
I like the way you put that. Well, yeah, we'll check it out.
And then my man, Coach Kyle Chandler, he's in it. He's in it. So that brings us to the trailers of the week. And first up, I feel like this is a very action heavy podcast that we're doing
Yeah, it's very action film kind of theme going on here. What's going on?
What's going on? But first up is Crime 101 coming from Amazon and MGM. It is directed by Bart Layton and it stars, again, insane cast. It stars Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Barry Keoghan, Halle Berry, Monica Barbaro, Corey Hawkins, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Nick Nolte, and Tate Donovan. I think I'm just becoming more shocked at these early release of the year, and they have stacked casts. And I
Yeah.
and watching this trailer, I'm like, I wonder what in the script just really sold all of these actors on this.
The first half of the roster sounds like a fucking Avengers movie,
I
dude.
know. I was like,
But no, yeah, I mean, I keep on sourcing back like to the trip because that's whenever these trailers started rolling out or like teasers.
hmm
I mean, we were just like in the car, like going to like the movies or like going to eat, and I'd like see this entire like kind of jump cut sequence of all these actors in this movie, and I'm like, dude, I'm overwhelmed. Like, this is coming out next week. What the fuck? What do you think?
I think that's like what I was like trying to say is like the
Mhm.
trailer looks very straightforward. Guy drives a car, but he's like skilled at something. And I see
Mm.
the stacked cast and I'm kind of just like, huh, I wonder what the budget was for this because this is a very interesting movie for all of these stars to be in. Half of
Mm.
them are Academy Award nominees, like winners. And I was just like kind of more shocked that this is a movie that just really sold all of these actors on. But hey, I don't know. It could be good. I don't know. The paycheck could have hit the bank account very well. I don't know.
Oh man, dude, I can't believe you went there. Yeah, so I guess before I say what I thought about it was, are action films four quadrant films? Like, is that how they're pitched to the studio?
I personally don't really know the answer. I
I mean,
think,
this is something that we can also like look up for like the next film news too and circle back.
mm,
This trailer actually has one of my favorite artists' new tracks in it. I think I told you about Fred again, just like this DJ
I
from the
think, yeah, you
UK.
have. You have, yeah.
This track that's layered into the trailer is called Victory Lap. It's so jumpy. I also heard one of his songs in Ironheart, so like snaps for
He's getting
him.
bigger. He's getting bigger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Movie looks exciting. I wonder if Mark Ruffalo is going to be investigating something in this film, so you can add it to
Yeah.
your letterbox list.
I gotta add it to,
Mark
I gotta update that
Ruffalo
list.
investigating things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my list. You hear me?
I mean,
We
technically,
count.
you can. Oh shit, calling out.
Uh,
You know what?
uh,
We're getting bold this week. I like
Getting
it.
bold. I'm getting
Say it
bold.
again. Say it again.
What's his name? What's the Twitter account's name? Cinestack? Yeah, that's my list. Stop taking that, Mark Ruffalo. I created that. Anyway, sorry.
This is like therapy. We're saying the things that have always been that we always talk about just in private.
I do need to update it though. I do need to update
Well, you should add Mark Ruffalo's performance in Avengers Endgame because technically he's investigating time travel.
it. That is true. That is true. I think just every single role he does is just about investigating. And when I did post that list the first time, he did quote tweet it with a magnifying glass, so he saw the list. So if I ever run into him one day, I'm like, hey, I made that list. He'll probably be
If
like,
we
okay,
ever
cool.
if we ever get to interview him for like an indie project whenever he goes to one of those, we'll be like, "Hey man, this is the guy that made that list."
You remember this list? This is me. So that brings us to another trailer that was released this week, and it is The Mummy, coming from Warner Brothers, directed by Lee Cronin, starring Jack Rayner, Leia Costa, and May Callumway. Sorry for butchering all of your names. But anyway, Tony, there's been a rumor going around that this is not testing very well.
Has it
And
not?
and it just brings me back to 2018, 17, The Mummy with Tom Cruise when they're trying to
Oh,
create this, start this franchise. And I mean, it hasn't been released yet. And it's early test screenings that I've heard
mm.
that they are not testing well. But does another studio need to take this away from Warner Brothers? Like, hey, let us try. I mean, the teaser
Uh,
was only what, like a minute, but I don't know. What are
mm.
your thoughts on the teaser
Yeah,
that came
this
out?
one's like a little weird. Like it's like a different film for us to talk about just because like we do know a little bit of backroom like tea on it before we get into it. I want to give the film's marketing team a pat on the back for doing one of my favorite things that I love about film marketing, which is using like code to decipher elements in the film.
Hmm.
So on Instagram, they put out like a template for like Morse code and then they layered it into the teaser, like before and after. They put it into some of the marketing for it, like on the stories and the posts. I love stuff like that. It's really fun, it's really interactive. That's something that I really enjoy, especially like with horror. I heard that this film has tested really poorly as well in screenings, and I'm nervous that it's not gonna hit. It's nothing against anybody involved. Facts are facts, right? And Blumhouse is still recovering from Megan 2.0 sequel from last year,
Yeah.
and they can't afford a miss, especially. You know, they're considering taking like projects from our youth. They're kind of doing like a millennial icon series where like they're wanting to reboot Saw. They're wanting
Hmm.
to do it's another Exorcist film in 2027. Like if we were like all a team, we'd be looking over at Blumhouse and being like, "Hey guys, we can't afford a loss. Like we need you to show up."
Yeah. Hmm.
And this comes out really soon. This comes out really, really soon. And they might be going back to the cutting room floor to be like, there has to be some way we can salvage this. Yeah, I mean, it seems very like an original story, not from the original Mummy even. This is
Hmm.
about a young girl that goes missing in the desert and she turns into a mummy. I don't know. I'm
Hmm.
nervous. I'm nervous.
I feel like they've been trying to reboot these like classic monsters. I think there was success with the Invisible Man that came out in 2020,
Oh
and they're
yeah.
like, oh, so there is a market here, and they
Mm-hmm.
had Wolfman, which came out last year in January, and
Mm-hmm.
originally before that, I believe Ryan Gosling was signed on for Wolfman, but then he eventually passed on it, and I think it was a different
Okay.
director. But you have Wolfman that wasn't received very well, and now you
Yeah.
have this coming out, and it's kind of getting the same traction that it's also
Mm-hmm.
might not be received very well. And you're kind of sitting there being like, why do we keep doing this? It's not working. It's not working. And I know those names are big, like the Mummy, Wolfman. Those are big classic monsters
IP.
that were at the start of Hollywood and cinema. And I don't know, just coming from the Tom Cruise one and now like this one, it seemed like it was the same vibe. It's just like I feel like they're just trying to redo that Tom Cruise story again. Like it was in the desert a lot of it, and it hasn't come out yet. And I don't like to like judge things before you see them, but when you
Mm-hmm.
hear stuff behind the scenes is just not doing very well, and you're kind of like, I don't know why this just doesn't work anymore, and maybe we need to move on from the Mummy. Maybe that's it.
I mean, if if anything, it makes me excited for Radio Silence's reboot of The Mummy. Not because of the returning cast or that it's Radio Silence, but I know that they do good work. Like they're not going to put
Mhm.
out a dud. But yeah, it feels like. studios are okay with reboots or remakes being duds because, oh, we'll just make another one in like 10
Yeah,
years.
we can just
And
maintain the rights to it as long as
yeah,
we
we can
keep
just
putting out
maintain the
duds.
rights. If it's a dud, that's fine. In 10 years, we'll try to find a filmmaker that the audience loves. I'd rather just get it done right the first time rather than
Yeah.
just do it, it's okay, we'll do it better next time. But yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, eh.
I think that's how we both are. Just so that brings us to another teaser that I think we both are kind of meh on.
Is the
I think
meh part of our
this is
film
a
news.
this is a therapy session. This film news is a therapy.
It really is. I think we are unlocking something in each other, like action, like in front of our listeners, where we're like, "Hey, is it okay if like I tell my best friend I'm not excited for something?"
Seriously. But that teaser is a new Avengers Doomsday teaser that was dropped online. And I'm not going to go through the cast. The teaser was Fantastic Four and Black Panther. When they both interacted, I literally sat at my desk at work and was like, wait, what? It seemed
That's
like,
where you watched it. You watched it at work.
yeah, I was just like, this just doesn't feel right. It just looks weird. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It seemed like, ooh, what other ones can we put together to make it cool? Like Black Panther and oh, remember Fantastic Four from last year? Here's the thing, talking to them. Anyway, they will return for Doomsday.
Dude, you got to give indie film a chance. This is a
I
up and
know,
coming
I
film.
know. They're
They
trying to
they
start
were
a
on a small
franchise here.
budget.
They're trying to start a franchise. Let's hope it takes off.
You're gonna
Now
hear
I
me wheezing in the fucking audio.
now I know like it's gonna make so much money. And I think I'm to a
Uh,
point, I think we've probably talked about
we
this like a
both
lot on this
are. We
podcast.
both are.
I'm just like I'm tired. I think I'm just tired of like a movie having 50 characters in it and they're each going to have their own they have to have at least one line. Going back to Stranger Things too, I think that's where a lot of my like gripe comes from is like
Hmm.
you're going to have all these characters in a room, so they're going to have to all have a line, so each line of dialogue is going to be a different person saying one. It's just like, dude, no one speaks like this, not everyone has a line. Like,
I'm just
but
letting him
anyway,
go, guys. I'm just letting him go.
I
I
know
want
I
him to get his frustrations out on
But I
this.
just, and I guess there's one more teaser coming out. I think maybe next this coming week as the
We can
final
talk about
Doomsday,
it.
the
Yeah,
final one. But
we can
I,
definitely talk about it.
I don't know if we want to wait until next week to discuss that one. But these teasers just aren't doing it for me. And I think they thought that it was going to be these massive people like fist pumping in the theater, being like, hell yeah, I can't fucking wait. But I think a lot of it is just falling flat. I don't,
Yeah.
that's the vibe I'm getting. I could be completely wrong. Like you said, we're not online that much anymore. So maybe online it is being received very, very well. I don't know. Sorry for that. Sorry for my rant, but what are your thoughts on this Avengers
It's
Doomsday?
okay. Listen, dude, you and I are the exact same on this. It's more of like, it's offensive in the sense that, like, we really, really enjoyed this part of being a boy growing up. This was a
Hmm.
very fundamental part of being a boy growing up. And with this cast specifically, in this specific teaser, I let you rip into it because you always let me rip into shit all the time. And it is always fun to come out on the other side and be like, dude, we feel the same way about that. Fuck that movie. I mean, not this movie. I didn't mean that about Avengers Doomsday. Sorry, Avengers Doomsday. But what I would love to do here, and this is something that I learned this year, I'm gonna do a compliment sandwich.
Okay.
This is kind of like therapy.
We're unlocking so much today.
I love seeing all of director Ryan Coogler's Black Panther films. His cast make it to the big Avengers film. That
Hmm.
alone, who knows? Maybe I might change your mind about this teaser specifically. I love seeing that his cast made it to the big Avengers film. That alone is the Cinderella story for those
Hmm.
characters. This is definitely who is all returning back for his third entry into that
Hmm.
franchise, and I think it's going to release before Secret Wars. Unfortunately, I am not excited at all for Doomsday. I mean, the more I think about it, the more that I get really pissed off that RDJ is playing Doom. There's no time to tell his story. He literally is just the villain, and we're all forced to accept that it's him now. And that was the other thing with the who is it? The Russo brothers. They need to quit talking to press, especially like
Hmm.
right now before like the big trailer that's obviously coming at the Super Bowl. They need to quit talking to press because what they said is that these aren't teasers. These aren't trailers. These aren't part of the teaser or trailer. They're just stories. They're stories leading up to the trailer.
Ugh.
What the fuck? Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like, dear Jesus, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This
What the
story just
fuck?
kind of confirms that they're not doing anything comic book related to Time Runs Out or Secret
Hmm.
Wars. Everything leading up to Avengers Infinity War and Endgame was like the ultimate comics. And yeah, like those stories do work. Like Civil War. Civil War is a great
Hmm.
comic book story, and I'm so glad that they adapted that one pretty spot on.
Yeah.
The thing that's kind of turning me off to, especially like anything that I see online via YouTube or Instagram, is that I'm starting to see the streamers who really get under my skin and make money off of leaks
Mm.
and just a bunch of like casting announcements. The people that leak these films and get people so sick of them. I am not about to watch a 2 hour breakdown of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I'd rather just fucking watch Black Panther Wakanda
Yeah.
Forever. But they are giving these people access to
Hmm.
going to watch exclusive clips and exclusive teasers for the movie to get build more excitement, to build more aura around it. Honestly, it's just kind of pissing me off because
Hmm.
you have somebody that's like, and I don't want to stay too long on this. Avengers Doomsday. What it's doing is it's kind of like being like, oh, you guys are just making the films for these kind of people. You're kind of
Yeah.
making these films for people that grift off of like talking about these movies, not actually like going to see these movies or like running a marathon with their friends. You're not giving opportunities to people like that. Maybe had like a really good experience watching Black Panther with their like even Coogler said it on Amy Poehler's podcast, like where his mom is his movie buddy and Amy Poehler took her sons to go see Black Panther. Like you should have showed them the teaser and then like showed that reaction. Like, dude, I'm sorry. I just like the streamer culture has kind of been pissing me off lately.
No. I think the last thing I'll say is like, I feel like they're making these movies now for like you said, the streamers for cameos for them to get excited about. And
Hmm.
I just feel that's the route they've gone down, and now they're bringing everybody back, and I guess they lost the plot for me, and they're losing the plot.
If I ever just so much as hear, let's fucking go from my phone, I'm gonna throw it in a pond. I will get a landline and that is how we will talk.
I think we both know who you're talking about there. I will not utter their name. I will not summon them.
Thanks. So another trailer we got this week is for This Is Not a Test by Shudder and IFC, starring somebody that is very special on the podcast, on the commentary podcast here. First of all, it's written and directed by Adam McDonald, and it is starring Joel Farrow, Carson McCormack, Chloe Avakian, Troy Gutierrez, Luke McFarlane, and last but not least, Olivia freaking Holt. Pat Brennan, how are we
What?
feeling?
I didn't know she was in this.
Oh yeah?
Look,
Oh
you know
man.
my you know my love.
I love how you always blush whenever I say your name. Olivia Holt. There
What?
you go. There you go. Your
It's
face is
not
so
red.
red.
It's not
Yeah, it
red.
is. Guys, he's like blushing like he just saw like the cutest girl on the street.
He's calling me out. He's calling. You know my love for Olivia Holt. I will be there. I don't know if this is going to be in. I know it's going to Shutter or IFC. I guess it seems. I don't know if it's going to be a
Yeah,
direct streaming
yeah. It's
release.
gonna be it's gonna be in theaters. It's gonna have a
It's going to be in theaters.
theatrical.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. We'll have to go see it,
Um,
man.
I will be there night one with you. We will be dead center, and I'll be like, "Excuse me, can I get another ticket for this? Is not a test because I want to watch it again."
The worker at AMC is gonna be like, Ted, that guy's going to see the same movie like 3 times like today.
Please call 911. He's creeping us out. But I mean, to like look at the story itself, it seems pretty like straightforward zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse. It's like
Yeah.
a kind of it feels like a Breakfast Club zombie apocalypse vibe. Like they're stuck in the school and
Okay.
outside there's but you know me, I will be sad. And it's gonna be an automatic 4 stars because someone is in this movie.
I think you're gonna like what I have to say about this when we can hang out with it for a minute.
I
Dude,
want
I
to hear your
love.
thoughts. I want to hear your
Yeah, I
thoughts
mean,
on it.
first of all, I just introduced that one because I love seeing your reaction whenever like I save her name for last. She's of course I mean I'm sure she's the top billed cast. I mean, I'm very excited to see Olivia in this theatrical release. We will be able to see this in theaters and then we will be able to see it on Shudder whenever we want to, and that's awesome. Let's start out with Carson McCormack. You remember him from Clown in a Cornfield?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I watched it with
Yeah,
you. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he's great, right?
Hmm.
I'm very excited to see him right next to Olivia. I think she's gonna pull him up with her, and that's real
Hmm.
exciting. I think it's gonna be them at the end. I'm gonna call that. Just
Hmm.
because of his previous work in Clown in a Cornfield, he does some television, I believe. It just kind of feels like where it's gearing towards that
Hmm.
part, guy girl surviving in a zombie apocalypse kind of thing. Don't know this much of the story, but that's kind of like what I'm calling. Now, for Olivia, zombie films provide this like great opportunity for talent to showcase a range of emotions. So think
Hmm.
about pain, anger, sadness, rage. The trailer, in a way, kind of showcases all of those for Olivia. These types of films are kind of like auditions for ways
Hmm.
to talent to show agencies and studios the potential that they could have on the screen. It's kind of like an audition for a project that they're considering pitching. I think that this is not a test is going to serve as a portfolio for her and land her a really big role. I'm excited for
Hmm.
her.
She's becoming kind of like a horror girl. I mean, last year she's in Hard Eyes, which you know a lot of people didn't really care for, but I thought it was a pretty solid movie overall. I mean, it wasn't like the greatest thing in the world, but like she's transitioning to this more horror final girl type of vibe. And then the Luke McFarlane guy, I think he played her like boyfriend in that Cruel Summer show. So there is like
Mm.
chemistry already there
Mm-hmm.
between the two. So it's
Okay.
nice to see them kind of like back together. Like obviously they have chemistry. The vibe I was getting is a like Breakfast Club meets zombie apocalypse, especially when
Mm-hmm.
they were all sitting around that the in the gym and they were all sitting and chatting in that circle. It's like, oh, this is very Breakfast Club shot right now. Like just, but you know me, I'll be sad. Olivia Holt's in it. I'm gonna be sad. And this was first was announced. I think I was telling you, I was like, I feel it's like a very Shutter movie, and Shutter did end up picking
Yeah.
it up. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see. And it's good that she's like you said, she's getting bigger roles. She's becoming in more movies and not just strictly TV. So we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
I love it.
So that brings us to the next trailer that was released this week, and that is Pillion, coming from A24. It is written and directed by Harry Lighton, and it stars Alexander Skarsgård and Harry Melling. Now, Tony, thoughts on this trailer with
Are you
Dudley Dursley?
asking me because I'm gay? Is that the only reason you're
No,
asking?
no.
I'm
I
just
swear, I
fucking
swear,
with
I
you.
swear. Was that was that 21 Jump Street?
I
You
was
punched me
waiting for
because
you
I'm
to
gay.
say it.
Because
You
punch me because
punched me
I'm gay.
because I'm gay?
No,
Actually, it
I
would have been
punched you.
homophobic for him to not punch you because you're gay.
What does he say? No, I punched you, and you just happened to be gay afterwards.
Uh, this is
That
coming
was
from
great.
the same two guys that want to have a sponsor for their podcast.
This is good stuff. What are you talking? This is good stuff.
But because I'm gay? All right, let's get into Pillion. I guess what I wanted to ask my best friend is after we threw the trailer on the dock and after you sat with it, what were your initial thoughts? And were you like, I want to see this with Tony, or it's gonna take me some energy to like go see this with Tony because I know he's gonna want to go see this together.
When I watched the trailer, I was this has been in the festival circuit for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard good things from it. I think they were
Mm-hmm.
trying to push it for like maybe a Skarsgård possible actor nomination, but
Wow.
I don't think it ever really went anywhere, and that's why it's
Mm-hmm.
getting like a February release. They pushed it to February. After watching the trailer, I was originally like, I didn't really understand what the story was. I think
Yeah.
that's where I was, and then I watched the trailer. I'm like, oh, I got what it's going for, and I'm very excited to see this. I want to see this again, we try to time up our times. We try to time up the
Really? You want to
times.
go see, dude, that actually like makes me feel really warm inside that you want to go see this together. Like
Like,
I
I,
really I wanted
mhm,
to know your initial reactions just because straight guy, gay best friend like kind of thing. It's cool. It makes me happy. It makes me
No,
really, really happy.
I'm always like a person where it's like I know like some people are like I need to get into the mood, and I guess I am that sometimes where it's like I need to get into the mood for an action movie. I need to get into the mood for a drama. I kind of want to just watch a
Mm-hmm.
comedy. A lot of the time for me, it's like I just want to see a good fucking movie. Like I want to see a good fucking movie with my best friend, and he's really excited for this. I'm really excited that he's really excited, and I'm gonna go see this movie with him.
You're one of the rare ones, I will say, because I feel like there are hangups out there, like guys that are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see that gay movie with my gay friend, and we're gonna like, I'm like supporting him because he's gay. Like, no,
Hmm.
like, dude, you're seeing a movie with a friend
With your friend, yeah,
and
with
there's
your friend.
queer themes in it. Like,
Hmm.
fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to point out that it's queer. I don't go, I'm gonna go see a straight movie with my straight best friend, and it's gonna be straight and so hetero and fun and yeah,
We're gonna fist pump
materialist.
after. We're gonna high
Yeah.
five.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go play mini golf after.
Then we're gonna go play 18 holes on the golf course because we're bred.
No, it's cool that we're talking about all this stuff because I feel like we are gonna shed some walls that
Mm,
are very, very up still, especially with guys our age. I mean, I think it'd be cool to see if there are other guys out there that have like a friendship like ours. Back to Pillion. I'm very excited for this film. Of course, I was giving Pat a hard time earlier, but yeah, I'm very excited. I feel like a lot of people will turn their nose up to the element of BDSM and kinks and like the sub dom thing. These are the same people that are cool with heated rivalry and 50 Shades of Grey. Like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Love comes in all types of ways, and I think the spectrum of love is a beautiful thing, and that is why this film is being called a crowd pleaser. I mean, we haven't seen it yet, but that's the vibe that I am getting hearing festival
mhm,
circuits talk about it and how it's being perceived online. Alexander Skarsgård is doing this role. He is performing an act of pure advocacy for a crowd of people who have been loving underground for an extremely long time, going all the way back to the 70s. These people have
mhm,
always been here. Now there's a film about them. The
mhm,
Tiffany track is a really good painting for this style of the film. I think what is going to be the takeaway from the film is how someone can be out of the ordinary, like into like a out of the ordinary sex thing, but still have this
mhm.
very emotional, like tender side to them that will make the audience see some of that stuff in a different way.
No, I agree, and I think too, like going along with that, like the sex thing. I know it's like people don't want to see it in movies. They're like, I don't want to see that in movies, but it's a thing that everybody has sex, and people are into certain things, and people aren't into certain things. So it's just it's gonna be, I'm sure, sex heavy, and that's life to me. Like people do that stuff, and
People have sex? What?
people have sex.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
that's how people are born. But no, I'm very excited to see this with you. I know you've been looking forward to it a lot, and I'm really looking forward to it too. I'm really looking forward to watching this with you, and I think it's gonna be great.
Well, thanks, man. That means a lot.
So that brings us to another action trailer that was released, and that is The Bluff coming from Amazon. It is directed by Frank E. Flowers, starring Priyanka Chopra Jonas and Carl Urban. I kind of wanted to throw this on here just for the vibe of the trailer because I liked that Carl Urban is like a pirate, and like I just
Mm-hmm.
like that environment. I don't really know about the movie itself, but I just like that. I just like that it was like a pirate kind of heavy movie. I think the problem when I watch these trailers is they don't look like they would be in 1860 on an island. They look like they're out of the makeup trailer, got makeup on. Now I'm
Right
gonna
on
go
the
shoot
money.
this scene. And it did throw me off. Carl Urban, I was just like, it's good to see him kind of playing like a villain role. I don't know, I think I just like the vibe more of a, oh, pirate. Like we should make more pirate shit, is basically what I'm saying. We should make more pirate shit. And
in
I mean,
that
I'm
in
sure
that
this is gonna be
time,
a
yeah.
very like dump on Amazon, not very good.
Mm-hmm.
Watched by a lot of people, not very good. But I don't know. I just like the vibe of the pirates. What about you?
Yeah, I'd say that I do like more. films in that genre, in that era. It'd be interesting to watch. I like that a Jonas is in a film. I always
Hmm.
support the Jonas family. They grew up with them. Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing as me. I feel like this is something that's kind of being like chopped up and thrown out right now, and I
Hmm.
mean, it's not fair to the talent. I mean, if you're gonna put something out, you got to be like, what is it? Like, what do we always say? Don't do something half-assed. Do it full-ass.
Yeah.
Like the trailer it was okay. It's
Hmm.
fun, but we're not like, oh heck yeah, we have to see this whenever it
Yeah.
comes out on streaming.
I mean, it's very action heavy, and I think this is the theme of this weekly news is action. But yeah, just yeah, you kind of watch the trailer, you're like, I mean, it looks pretty straightforward
Mm-hmm.
action movie, and I just like the pirate aspect of it. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
gonna do much else for me. I'm sure I'll probably watch it, and I don't know. We'll see what
Yeah.
it's like.
I mean, we're gonna have to show up in some way, in some form, because then, we're gonna be kind of leaning into that industry like theory that, oh, people only like action if it's Fast and Furious. We need to make
Or John
Finn
Wick
more fast.
style,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Mm.
like, yeah, in that case, maybe I should start streaming it.
No, well, I guess I do like that it's not a John Wick type of vibe where it's, oh, she can do all of these John Wick fight. Like, I just don't want every action movie to be John Wick, is basically what I'm saying. And I'm
Yeah, I
glad that it's
mean,
kind of going back to a 2000s action that's kind of just like, yeah, it looks pretty straightforward, which I guess I kind of like that vibe. I don't know. I guess I kind of like it.
are we still in our therapy session? Can I have
I think
a
so.
best friend confession?
Yeah, do it.
Are you? I don't think you're ready for it. I think you know. I think you have an idea, but I don't know. I have not seen a single John Wick film.
Well, guess what? We're gonna watch John Wick films.
But let me tell you why. So I'm down and I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with watching John Wick films with you.
Hmm.
It's just that the reason that I haven't is because I know for a fact that a dog dies like at the very
Hmm.
beginning, and like every single time I bring it up to like someone, like they'll like make fun of me or like tell me to get over myself, like that it's all like play pretend or whatever. For me, like I'm just like a different person and I'm like very stubborn, and like
Hmm.
this year's like the year that I'm like gonna start telling people like not telling people off or like being disrespectful, but like puffing out my chest a little bit and being like, I'm down to see John Wick, but like just tell me when that part comes up because I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I'm like abnormal or something because like I
Hmm.
won't watch John Wick because I know that there's a dog that dies in it. Like if anything, you should like be like, "Oh, that's like that shows me how like emotional Tony is. Like that's cool."
Hmm. Oh yeah. I've
I'm just like
never.
a guy that's like not afraid to like show off his emotions or whatever. Like
Hmm.
I don't know. I've
And you
always been
shouldn't
like
be.
that.
But yeah, a dog does. That's like the main like catalyst of everything that happens after is the dog dying,
See?
and
Yeah,
so
and like I want to watch it with the right
it's hard.
person.
Yeah, and it's sometimes it's hard for people just to like they. It's just they can't watch that. And that's perfectly fine. And anyone that faults for anyone for that should shut the fuck up. Honestly, is what they should do. You heard it here. Shut the fuck up. So that brings us to the final trailer that was released this week, and that is The Bride, coming from Warner Brothers, directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, starring Jesse Buckley, soon to be an Academy Award winner, Christian Bale, Peter Sarsgaard, Annette Bening, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Penelope Cruz. Now, it's interesting that we just talked about with The Mummy, like a classic monster, and now you
Mm-hmm.
have this coming, which
Mm-hmm.
again, this was supposed to be a fall release, I believe, and it got
Mm-hmm.
pushed to early
Yeah.
year. And they're both Warner Brothers, so you have two different dynamics of this looks a lot better than the Mummy. I guess just like a different take on the Bride of Frankenstein. And
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what Maggie Gyllenhaal is going to do with it. And obviously, Jake's going to be in it. Her husband, Peter Sarsgaard, obviously always going to be in it. But I'm curious to see Jessie Buckley because she's when this movie comes out, she's going to be probably holding an Oscar. So I don't know if that's going to drive more people to be, oh, that's the girl that just won the Oscar. Maybe I'll go see that now. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I love the story that you were telling me about this while we were talking about it on vacation. How you said that Maggie Gyllenhaal like was very, very blunt with Warner Bros. And like telling
Hmm.
them like, I am not making this movie without her. Sorry. Like they didn't
Hmm.
want her for the bride character for this film that Maggie Gyllenhaal was doing, but she
Hmm.
was like, I'm not doing this film unless I have her. Sorry. And she came
Hmm.
straight off of Hamnet right into the bride. Very, very different colors. I mean, I feel like whenever we work on something and we're not actors, we're just assuming how that feels, going something as like extremely powerful as Hamnet, going to this action slash horror like kind of role, and then like having a director like fight for you like that. I bet that's like a really cool feeling. So I'm sure that Jesse Buckley was like, well, time to suck up all the depression in my body and deliver a really good performance for Maggie Gyllenhaal because she wanted me for this. We have a playlist that we throw all the trailers on, and there's like this really beautiful lady like walking up the stairs with a gun, and I was like, oh my god, who is that? She's really really pretty. Of course it's fucking Penelope Cruz. Like that just locked for me right there. Yeah, it looks like a fun cast, and there seems to be like a this message that the monsters, because it seems like there's also multiple monsters too. I don't know if you picked that up in the trailer. It's not just Frankenstein and his bride, but it seems like they have like created an army of monsters. I know
Mm,
that in Frankenstein lore, it is not Frankenstein. You don't call the monster Frankenstein. It's
yeah.
the
Hmm.
monster, and then with the
Frankenstein's the
bride as
doctor.
well. Yeah,
And we
but
just had
it seems.
Frankenstein on Netflix, so it's
Mm-hmm.
they're leaning into all
Yeah,
this.
it's just like that thing that you said about like, do we need to leave the mummy behind, guys? Like, are we good? Are we done? I think that Maggie Gyllenhaal might have a hit.
I guess I'm kind of a hypocrite if I say that, and then I'm like, I'm excited for the bride, but we just talked about leaving Universal Monsters behind. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. Because I think what you're pointing out is that it is very easy to see like who does their homework and
Hmm.
who is just like, and I'm being an asshole and being like, oh, Blumhouse is paying me money. All right, I guess I'll just push out the script. I guess I'll.
Hmm.
And sometimes that happens. Sometimes filmmakers are like, man, that script isn't really that good. I'm just gonna do my job here. There's no passion behind it, and I think that's the
Yeah.
difference between the Mummy and the Bride.
It's like the mummy's going through the motions. The bride has more creative passion behind it, and that's kind of what
Right
the
on the
vibe
money.
we're seeing there. So I think we're both excited for it. I think it's a March release. So yeah, right around Oscar time, she could be. Maggie Gyllenhaal was right. Academy
Can
Award
I
winner,
just say
Jessie Buckley.
that I'm excited to go to the movies with you all year long?
It's gonna be like you said in the beginning of the podcast. I think this is gonna be a good fucking year. It's gonna be a good fucking year. I mean,
Who
every
said
year is a
that?
good year, but you did say that. You did say that. So that brings us to the news of the week. And I guess the biggest news this past week, I guess it's been almost a week now, that the Golden Globes took place like last Sunday. This last Sunday since we've been recording. We have a lot down here about the Golden Globes. First up,
Yeah.
Jenna was there. Jenna Ortega was there as Wednesday.
My Jenna, my Jenna
Jenna
Ortega.
Jenna was there. I think it's just
Uh,
more. It could be like an open discussion of like how. What was your reaction to the Golden Globes?
Yeah, I wanted to tell our listeners about how we watched it together. It makes me really excited for award season. This
Hmm.
is our second award season together, and I always just love talking to you all evening and getting to go over all that. This time you found a ballot for us to fill out, which I thought was really cool. I think it'd be a fun idea for maybe in the future, big award shows to set up a bingo for the commentary podcast bingo
Oh yeah.
that we could fill out and see who wins. Maybe
Hmm.
one of us, maybe one of our listeners. Yeah, it
Hmm.
was it was a fun night, and seeing Jenna. Anytime I see her in a category up to
Gene Smart.
Gene Smart for hacks, I'm like, this is gonna go. Like, yeah, it's just how it is right now. I mean, Jenna
Yeah.
will
Hmm.
go on to another show or another film, get her flowers that way. I really loved doing the Golden Globes with you, and makes me excited for the Actor Awards coming up on March, and then
Hmm.
the Oscars.
Academy Awards. Yeah. Yeah. I think we have the same gripes about the show. First up,
Mm-hmm.
they did the best original score off air. They
Mm.
presented that during a commercial break, and to
Mm-hmm.
me, that's a incredible like slap in the face
Yeah.
to Ludwig. I think it's incredibly disrespectful that they do
Yeah.
that while they continue to then push up comedic bits or have Judd Apatow speak for 8 minutes, and
Yeah.
that is 8 minutes could have been used for Ludwig to accept his award. I know Sinners is probably our favorite score from last year, I would say.
What was your favorite track from the Sinner score?
I think Free for a Day, just because I just like that. And then you hear like Miles Caton, the vocals in the background. I just like that. I just like that vibe. Like I always put that on when I'm like walking on like a treadmill. And I'm just like, yeah, this score is fucking incredible. Well, what about you? What is your favorite score
I
from that?
I I put on the Sinners soundtrack whenever I go for a run. Actually,
Hmm.
kind of like inspires me to do it today after we do film news. Mine
Hmm.
is "Why You Here" before the sun went down. My
Hmm.
track also has Miles Caton in it. It's just a very special film to us. It's just like I said. I mean, I said it in the commentary track that we did with our buddy Van. It's gonna stay with us for a long time, and
Hmm.
that was an exciting time for that to be part of our friendship. And it's even bigger than that. It's bigger than our friendship. It's contributing to Hollywood and cinema history. I got really pissed off whenever I realized that the award was announced. I saw it on Instagram and I think I told you on the
Hmm.
phone. I was like, dude, they announced it an hour ago. He did his
Yeah, I don't.
acceptance speech an hour ago.
It's crazy. That just and speaking of like music, what the fuck was up with the music playlist that was going on during that? Oh, like every win was like, here's some Rihanna for sentimental value win. Like I don't. It was a weird production overall. I don't know what they were thinking.
I would turn in my resignation if I had put on Big Booty by Jennifer Lopez and Steven Spielberg is just like staring at the stage like
Hamnet, big booty. Hamnet calls for
yeah.
big booty.
No, literally. And it's just like the thing that you said, PTA walking up to the stage to We Found Love by Rihanna. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, guys? Like, come
Mhm.
on.
I think they were trying to get like a millennial Gen Z vibe in there, and it just like was
Mm-hmm.
not working. But I
Nah,
mean,
that
I
that shit did
guess
not work on me.
there wasn't like I guess like PTA. It seems like it's finally his time. I think he's going to go on to win the Oscar for. He might win three Oscars that night: picture, director, and screenplay. Tiana
Mm-hmm.
Taylor. It was great to see her win. I don't know if she's gonna win the Oscar, but it's really good to see her getting some recognition and Stellan getting some recognition as well. We
Yeah.
haven't seen Sentimental Value yet, but great to see him get the recognition for that. And I always love the Golden Globes because it always takes them like 5 minutes to walk up to the stage because they got to walk around all the tables.
They
Like
put
I
him
still,
so far
yeah,
back.
it's like, and I think he was even shocked. He's like, I didn't think I was gonna win that at all.
Yeah, he
Rose
didn't have a
Byrne,
speech
yeah,
prepared.
Rose Byrne getting recognition. I know she's probably gonna get an Oscar nom.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
not gonna win. I again, Jesse Buckley's kind of got that, I think, locked down. And I guess the biggest surprise was Hamnet winning Best Picture Drama. I think
Mm-hmm.
everyone was shocked at that table. Steven Spielberg won a Golden Globe that night. Uh,
Thank you.
but I think everyone was shocked at that table. Wagner Moura won Best Actor. I kind of hope he gets an Oscar nom. And I don't know if the
Yeah.
secret agent is now going to maybe become a bigger player at the Oscars than people thought. And I think they thought it was going to be just it was just an accident, and which
Yeah.
I think did win the international was just an accident. But Wagner Moura getting that win is the first Brazilian actor I think to ever win in that category, which is awesome to see. K-pop Demon Hunters coming strong. I know you're a big
Heck yeah.
K-pop Demon Hunters fan.
That was, well, yeah. I mean, the score.
Mhm.
I did do a review for that one. Leave me alone. Yeah, I really liked what the vocal performer for that character said about winning
Mhm.
her. What was it? Best song?
He won best song for Golden,
Yeah,
yeah.
that whole speech was good, but the thing that really hit home for me was like rejection is redirection. I mean, it continues to be a universal like Cinderella story. Like it's awesome. Like who knows, maybe there'll be a movie about that one day. Like I could see that. I love that we're jumping through all the things that made us really excited that night. Are you going to talk about our boy Timmy?
I think depending on how the
The
Actors Awards
Actors
goes,
Awards?
I think Timmy may be finally getting his Academy Award. And again, the Oscar voters are a completely different body, and sometimes they're a body that's like you still need to wait. You're still too young. I'm not going to give this
Mm-hmm.
to you yet. They did that for Leo for a long time, but I do think it might be Timmy might be finally getting that Oscar that he's wanted, and I know he's wanted it like really, really bad. And like he's good,
Mm-hmm.
he's great in Marty Supreme. Like he's great, and if he wins, it's a good win. Like he won, solid win. But and I
Yeah.
think he's becoming more humble about it all. But yeah, I think it might be Timmy's Oscar to lose right now. I think it might be. What do you think?
What I have to say is kind of like a 1-2 punch, and I do see some things still. Like I'll see like an occasional Instagram reel video or something about that. Oh, the voters did not obviously like Sentimental Value, or they did not
Hmm.
watch Sentimental Value. Like, first of all, you're not a voter. Second of all, like there might be another performance in those films that just worked better, and
Hmm.
If you're going to spend your time being online complaining about who didn't win instead of just talking about what you love, then like that's a you thing. Don't expect all of us to like go and like your video because you pointed
Yeah.
out that the voters didn't like sentimental value. They probably did, and it just didn't win. That's
Mm.
the whole beauty of voting. One thing for me from the Globes that I was really excited for, and of course, like I went into it knowing that, you know, she potentially may not win, and that's okay too. Don't be upset. And look, I'm not upset. Ava Victor, our person, Ava Victor. It was cool hearing them talk about speaking on the phone with Christopher Nolan for their DGA nomination. They didn't realize it was Nolan that was calling them. so
That's great.
whenever they got the call for their first time feature film nomination, they were like, "Oh, thank you," and then someone was like, "That was Christopher Nolan," and they were like, "Oh, I'll know you next time, Mr. Christopher Nolan."
That's great. That's
And they got
great.
a big shout out from Julia Roberts, and I feel like that was probably a bigger kiss from the industry than the Golden Globe
Actual
Award.
win. Yeah.
Yeah, just getting those flowers on air and getting them in
Mm-hmm.
front of an entire body of the
Yeah.
industry. Like, you know that some of those people in there have not seen that A24 film, Sorry Baby, but now they're
Mm-hmm.
going to, and they're going to see, like, just how special this person is, like,
Mm-hmm.
for us and for a bunch of people out there.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. And just to wrap up the Globes, I think we're excited for the next two like award shows. I know Oscars are going to be a big thing for us, and
Yeah.
it's going to be fun to watch them together. And maybe I'll beat you again with my
Okay.
OnlyFans.
So you're talking shit too. All right. Well, now I don't want to tell you about the Golden Globes quote that came out from after the awards show, but I will. For me, it's just been a really, really exciting experience to get to know the actors that are in these films that we talk about and that we enjoy all year. But for me, it's been getting to know Jessie Buckley and
Hmm.
seeing her in the Actors on Actors and the roundtable interviews. Anytime she's doing an interview, I've just been really like moved by it. Paul Mescal actually talked about his co-star in Hamnet, and it was just a quote that I wanted to bring up for the both of us and for our listeners. Whenever he was talking about his co-star Jessie Buckley, he said, "She has no fear in terms of how she's perceived." And for the best actress for a drama for Hamnet at the Golden Globes, that being like the perception of like working with them and the kind of person they are, that's kind of
Hmm.
like what I'm like entirely about right now. And I'm glad she
Hmm.
won. It's really cool to get to know her more and more during this award season. I just, for me personally, it just hit a note because I don't think I care anymore who likes me or who doesn't. And I just
Hmm.
like to watch movies and talk movies with my best friend. And
Hmm.
honestly, nothing makes me happier than getting to do this. So, I mean, same bestie, like I like that Jessie Buckley gives off those vibes, and I really liked that. It just hit home for me in a way that I wasn't expecting.
That's beautiful. I love talking movies with you all the time. It's the best time of the week. Us talking movie news and discussing all the films.
Heck yeah, man.
It's a great thing, and I know we both love it. So that brings us to another piece of news on the ongoing Warner Brothers Netflix deal, and that is Paramount has filed a lawsuit against Warner Brothers to get them to disclose greater financial information about the Netflix deal. They also plan to nominate Paramount-friendly directors to Warner Brothers board and who they believe would vote against the deal with Netflix. So it's a ongoing thing that's going to keep going on. I feel like forever they're going to keep trying to sue. We don't have to delve too much into it. It's more of an update again. Like deal still has yet to go through. Paramount seems like they're trying to do a bunch of, I guess, shady stuff because they want to own Warner Brothers so damn bad, and
Hmm.
it's just, it's just like, you just keep reading this stuff, and you're kind of just like, dude, I don't.
This isn't
Paramount
ending
just,
anytime soon. They're not wrapping
yeah.
this up before Q3 this year. There's no
Oh
way.
no, this is gonna be, I think,
There's no
a
fucking
years
way.
long battle, and it's gonna be news every week, every single day. And it's just, it kind of just like takes the wind out of your sails a little bit. You're like, oh, yeah, this shit again. It's like,
Yeah.
it's basically
If
like,
anything, it's just gonna like gear for, you know what? You know what just unlocked in my brain? Netflix
mm,
might be a sneaky little bitch after all. Because
mm,
people who have scripts and films to pitch to Hollywood, they're not gonna go to Warner Bros. They're not gonna go to
mm-hmm.
Paramount. They're gonna go to fucking Netflix.
They are, yeah. So it's an ongoing thing, like you said. This is going to be, I think, a years long battle. It's probably going to end up in
Yeah.
the courts, and I guess we'll just have to see how it keeps playing. We'll keep updating you on the little blurbs that come out. But yeah, tried to bring the mood down post Golden Globes, but I will bring the mood up. There was rumored to be a Lord Farquaad movie at DreamWorks from the writers of K-pop Demon Hunters. It is still currently unknown, but I feel like if K-pop Demon Hunters does go on to win at least two Academy Awards, I feel like sometimes when that happens, people are like, "Oh, what other scripts do you got?" And they're like, "Well, I wrote a
Mm-hmm.
Lord Farquaad movie," and they're like, "Oh, well, okay." But this could have also been a development time when during Hollywood in the mid to late 2010s, where any single character was on the table for a movie and
Mm-hmm.
an IP,
Mm-hmm.
and that's very well where it could have been. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this Lord Farquaad possible movie that has been, I guess, script is probably written, it's probably sitting there.
They're all tied to this. I don't know if it was DreamWorks or if it was Sony Animation. I don't know. Did you see Puss in Boots, the Wish, the
Mhm.
one that even Coogler said that inspired a lot of the stuff in Sinners?
Mm,
I think it would be cool if they made a film like that about Lord Farquaad. I think it'd
mm,
be it'd be like well received, and like I mean with the K-pop Demon Hunters, the writers, I think that'd be
mm,
a really good film.
yeah.
I hope it's not on the cutting room floor. I hope it's like, hey, we need to lock in and make this because it would
Mm,
sell. I'm sure they're banking on like how the final cut of Shrek looks too.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you threw this up, I was like, I'm interested.
Yeah, it's again like sometimes it's a now that you've won an Academy Award or now your movie's famous, what other movies do you got?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
we've had this script written for years, and oh, now we'll make it now, but we passed on it 5 years ago, but we'll make it now though
Yeah.
because you're famous now. So we'll see. Maybe it'll be about how he rose to power, Lord Farquaad. So that brings us to another piece of news, and that is Michelle Williams has been cast in Damien Chazelle's next film, starring Daniel Craig and Cillian Murphy. It is rumored that the film was being described as set in a prison. There's not much detail. I guess the only like thing is three strong leads as a cast, and Damien Chazelle post Babylon's coming back, and Babylon was not received very well. I think Babylon is fantastic, but we'll see. And you had just seen La La Land, so I wanted to put this
Yeah.
on here. Damien Chazelle coming back, good
I mean, we
cast.
just we just rewatched The Fablemans with Michelle
Mm-hmm.
Williams, right? Just like you're a defender of your films, I'm gonna be a defender of The Fablemans. That film fucking rules,
Oh,
and Michelle
fucking great.
Williams is amazing in that. Plays a mom to Spielberg, like, and she does an amazing job in that. You know, depicting parts of his, I'm sure, like, which are some of the most like personal parts of his life. I'm excited. It seems like Damien Chazelle is kind of poising Michelle Williams up to be like the Margot Robbie person in this film, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited to talk about it more. We'll see what comes out.
Yeah, we'll see what comes out. And she just won Golden Globe. Michelle
Mm-hmm.
Williams for Dying for Sex. So yeah, it's a great cast, and it's good to see her. I assume it's going to be like a supporting role, but yeah, it's great. I don't know. Maybe she's the lead. I don't know. Maybe she's the lead. Maybe she's the lead. So that brings us to another piece of news, and that is Gracie Abrams will be making her acting debut in Please for A24. It is described as a period female drama and will be a continuation of the edgy romance genre. I think it's Rain, how you say your name? Halana Rain. The director of this is the director of Baby Girl. So,
Oh, okay.
but it's good to see J.J. Abrams' daughter starring in a movie.
I feel like we manifested this.
I think we did. I think we did.
We were walking to get coffee one of the days we were hanging out, and we were just like randomly thinking, we're like, I wonder if Gracie Abrams is ever gonna be in something. And then this came out, and I was like, "Are you making this shit up?" And then no, I saw it. I saw that A24,
Dead serious.
A24 has been releasing their own like their press releases for this stuff.
Mm.
That this is coming out to get excited for it. How did you like Baby Girl?
I thought it was okay. I think it was
Yeah.
just kind of like for me, it felt forgettable at the end. I was just like,
Mm.
eh, it was okay. It was not bad, nothing
Yeah.
amazing, but I thought it was just okay. It was solid, nothing amazing. What about you?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, about the same. I mean, I knew what I was going in for. I would describe it as like another like wedding cake movie. But yeah,
Hmm.
excited for Gracie Abrams. I every time I see that name now, like or like my boss like plays a little radio at work that has a Gracie Abrams, I just think about that like one week where you would just like could not get that song out of your head. What is it? That's so true.
Yeah. I still
Whenever
sing it. I still sing it.
whenever our commentary podcast host Pat has a song stuck in his head, everybody else is subject to hearing that song for the
That
rest of
song
the week
stuck in
with
their
him.
head. I guess it was inevitable, I guess is the word, that Gracie Abrams probably be
Yeah,
an actor. Her
yeah.
dad is a very famous filmmaker, so we'll see. I don't know if she's going to be the lead in it. She could just be like a side character. I don't know, but yeah, Gracie Abrams is coming in. She's learning from her boyfriend Paul Mescal, so she's coming in. So that brings us another piece of news, and that is Prime Video has given us a first look at Sophie Turner as Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider series. I know we don't talk about a lot of TV on here, but from the look of it, she looked pretty spot on. It looked good, and it seemed like that photo went viral, and people were
Mm-hmm.
liking the casting.
It was a great first look. Though I know those
Hmm.
are always like a definitive part of like, is this gonna hit or do we need to go back and work on this a little bit? It looks like that one did exactly what it was supposed to do
Hmm.
and it hit good and now they're like, all right, we got the momentum going.
I think it's going to be a big series for them. Prime Video seems to be having some pretty good success with their TV shows, and they have
Yeah.
Fallout, and I know the Lord of the Rings isn't received very well, but it gets a lot of people watch that a lot. I haven't seen the Lord of the Rings show that they made, but I still need to start Fallout season two. But yeah, it's great for Sophie Turner to gonna do more things post Game of Thrones. She's
Mm-hmm.
being the lead in a very famous video game franchise, and
Yeah.
I know it's just the first look. It looked like it's just a test shot. I'm sure they're very happy with it. And I
Yeah.
guess everyone's happy with it. So I guess we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see.
Everybody's
We'll
happy.
see.
Happy,
We'll see.
happy,
Everybody's
happy.
happy. Everybody's happy.
Cut, check, roll the gate, moving on.
One take. Yep. So that brings us to another piece of like physical media news, and that is The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, and it was just an accident, is going to be added to the Criterion Collection this year.
Oh
I just
shoot.
wanted to throw this on here because it seems like that Neon partnership with Criterion is growing strong. They have a Nora in there. I'm not sure if they might have a Neon release in there. I'm not entirely sure.
Uh
But it's just nice to see that a smaller like studio is willing to like put their films in a collection that a lot of film lovers love, and I'm excited to pick up these releases. I haven't seen any of them, but I'm gonna pick
yeah.
them up. I'm gonna pick them
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it's exciting. I feel like I've like referenced the Cinderella story in like in three different like forms of this episode. But
Hmm.
it's really cool to see Neon completely submerging themselves into film culture, whether it's
Hmm.
physical media or whether it's, we're gonna buy all of these international films and showcase them here in the States because we know that there are cinephiles are more exposing themselves to more foreign pieces, to more foreign film. I mean,
Hmm.
that's how, without foreign film, we wouldn't have Spike Lee or Coogler's amazing American films. And
Hmm.
it's just cool to see foreign film having such an impact on our culture. It just kind of opens your eyes up to like, if those things weren't happening, if those things weren't being shown to us, we wouldn't really have a style. We wouldn't have a
Hmm.
favorite film genre or anything like that. Whenever you expose yourself to things that are outside of your culture, you end up loving them like a lot. And that's
Hmm.
something that in America right now, listen to me. What kind of podcast is this? It's a film podcast. It's not a politics podcast. But whenever you expose yourself to things outside of your culture, you end up really loving them. And I feel like that
Hmm.
is something that this nation has forgotten completely, entirely, just
Hmm.
because of what's going on right now.
No, I completely agree, and it's nice to see that Criterion is they want these films in their collection to show that this is world cinema, and
Mm
more people should watch this stuff. And three 2025 releases all joining the collection this year.
hmm.
It's
Mm
great
hmm.
to fucking see. It's great to fucking
Yeah.
see, and they're all going to be Oscar noms. So
Yeah.
it adds to that prestigious Criterion collection of, hey, we're getting studios to license their films that aren't just I assume they don't want blockbusters. They want these films in here because this is, like you said, this is how people connect with other people around the world, not just
Mm
American values. Like people have lives around the world that are different than America.
hmm.
So it's just nice to see. It's nice to see, and I'm sure we'll both be picking them up. So another piece of film news is that Emily Bader, who was just in the People Meet on Vacation Netflix film, will be starring as a Mia Hamm in The 99ers. It follows the U.S. women's soccer team in 1999 that went on to win the World Cup. So I didn't even know this was a project. And then when I saw her photo next to Mia Hamm in 99, they looked pretty spot on. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
that's pretty damn good casting. But again, it's kind of like a sports movie. It's like an underdog sports movie. And We always love those things. We always love the underdog sports movies. That's how you make a sports movie, is an underdog sports movie. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on this?
I always just like kind of like chuckle in the sense of like people needing the dictation of like men's soccer or like women's soccer. Like, why can't it all just be soccer? But
Yeah.
that's just me being an asshole.
Hmm.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. A good sports film. We were just talking about this on She's the Man, the episode that came out last week. It looks cool. I like it.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be a streaming movie, if it's like a Netflix. I'm not entirely sure, but early casting and seems like she's post that people meet on vacation. She's getting other roles, so it could be
I
a
love how
rising
you can
star.
always, yeah, you can
Rising
always
star.
tell when an actor's like hungry for more opportunities.
So we'll see. I haven't watched People Meet on Vacation yet. I guess the first thing I've ever seen her in, so I don't I don't know if she's been in something else, but
Yeah,
yeah, I think the casting's pretty good.
I guess you need to go see the people that you meet on vacation.
Yeah, maybe I'll go on vacation and watch the People We Meet on Vacation. So that brings us to the final piece of news. Kind of a light news week, actually. It wasn't that much like big
Yeah.
news. And that is Kate Blanchett will return as Velka in the live action How to Train Your Dragon 2 film. So it is kind of cool that you had Gerard Butler coming back and playing the same character. Now you have Kate Blanchett coming. And the first live action How to Train Your Dragon like did pretty good at the box office. People went
Oh
and watched
yeah.
it. And I think they're gonna probably make all three of these. And it is a head scratcher of why, but then they make money at the box office, so that's why they do
You're
this.
like, oh, that's why.
Oh, that's why. And it is good to see like those actors that did the voice performances are like, yeah, I kind of do want to do that. I want to go
Yeah.
and play the live action version of it. And it's cool
Yeah.
to see that they're getting them to do that. What are your thoughts?
I think it's cool to show the commitment to. I feel like a lot of people see actors not having like a protection over their voice actor roles, like they're not as invested in them as say as like a live action performance. But it
Hmm.
was cool to see Gerard Butler take seriously his role as Hiccup's dad
Hmm.
just for like the sequel, seeing Kate Blanchett be real possessive of that Valka character and be like, "Wait, I don't want to see anybody else do this role. I want to do it." Like
Yeah.
that's cool, and I
Hmm.
love that commitment to keeping that going. And yeah, it's like a thing. Like yeah, I've seen all the How to Train Your Dragon movies, seen the live action one. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I eventually will. It's cool to see how all the installments of this film franchise are hitting, and that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's
They're
like
making money.
yeah, no notes.
Yeah, I assume they're probably gearing up for production this year. I don't know when this movie would be even released, but yeah, it's just, I guess it's cool to see these actors sticking with their characters from
Yeah.
15 years ago. So that brings us to our film score recs of this week. Tony, what is your first or your film score rec of the week? Not your first. What is your film score rec of the week?
Technically one is a reprise, but I've been listening to this track since January 1st. We're like
17.
3 weeks in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 2 or 3 weeks into 2026. I feel like this is gonna be probably one of like my most listened to tracks of the year. It's I Love You Tokyo, and then there's another track called I Still Love You Tokyo, which is like the reprise. I don't know if I'm saying the composer's name properly, so forgive me, but it's Daniel Lopatin from Marty Supreme. I'm really anticipating getting that vinyl. It's actually really important to me that I get that vinyl just because of how much
Mm.
I have listened to the score and have sat with it. I really like it. So mine is I Love You Tokyo from Daniel Payton from Marty Supreme. What about you?
That vinyl was announced recently, and I was like, oh, Tony, the vinyl,
I
the
know, I know. I
vinyl.
need to get it. I need to pre-order it, man. It's on my
uh,
tabs.
great score though. I 100% agree. My recommendation is a Washington Ending slash Raiders March by John Williams from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh
Now
shoot.
we just watched this recently, and it was your first time seeing it, and I'm glad that we got to watch it together. And I think when I sent you this track, you're like, "Oh, dude, this shit just fucking rips, man! Like it's just
Yeah,
so good."
I asked you if this was like the vibe of the entire film, and you're like, "Oh, we have to watch this tonight."
Hmm. And it is. It's just that iconic
Maybe
score.
maybe our friendship was written in the stars because There is, I mean, yeah, for our listeners, I don't feel like I'm hiding behind a wall or anything anymore. There is a bunch of shit that I haven't seen.
Hmm.
And I like watching this stuff with Pat because he is the best person to watch a movie with, in my opinion. Sorry, everyone in the world. Um, I really like your rec too because like I'll never forget that day now. And that's why
Hmm.
it's so cool to like have this experience with you.
It's one of the most iconic scores, and being able to watch that movie with you was awesome. I'll say
Hey,
it
we're
was
not
fucking
done yet.
awesome. We aren't done yet. We aren't done. So that brings us to our film recommendation of the week. Tony, what is your film recommendation this week to our listeners?
Mine is streaming on Peacock, so you guys can watch it right after you listen to the episode. I just finished my first Yorgos Lanthimos film ever, and it is called Begonia. It's actually up on the in the award circuit right now, kind of doing things, making upsets and surprising some people
Hmm.
in the smaller awards. But yeah, Begonia. I put this on earlier in the week. I didn't know what I was in for, and I spent about a good solid hour with my jaw completely dropped. A fly could have hung out in my mouth for like an hour. I was blown away by how much I really liked Begonia, guys. It was a lot of fun. I feel a little bit embarrassed that I had my nose up to it while it was in theaters. I don't know what was going on in my life around that time. And also I don't know why I haven't watched a Your Ghost yet, but I really liked it and it was a lot of fun. And honestly, I'm gonna have to rewatch it with you because I
Hmm.
want to see what you thought and like of all the different things too. But I was really blown away by Jesse Plemons' performance in there. He played that kind of guy that's you could literally walk about 2 or 3 blocks down and you'd find a guy like that in our world.
Hmm.
And I think
Yep.
that is the scariest part of what
Hmm.
Begonia has to say. I don't think it was technically a wreck by you, but it was something that you told me about whenever
Hmm.
I asked you like, "Hey, what's Begonia?" and then you told me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll go check that out." Like a night that we're not doing anything. What is your recommendation for our listeners, for our amazing, amazing listeners?
Our amazing listeners. My recommendation is Catch Me If You Can, and is directed by Steven Spielberg, released in 2002. And I was lucky enough to see this with you and our friend Paul on 35 millimeter. We talked about this, I think, in our last episode. But I think just that experience, seeing it in like a smaller theater on film, and realizing just, yeah, this is like a top, like this might be like my third favorite Spielberg film. Like this is just, I have the 4K back there. I haven't actually watched the 4K yet. I love the movie so much, and being able to like see it with you was amazing in LA. And if you haven't seen Catch Me If You Can, go watch it because it's fucking fantastic.
I like that, man.
With that, that ends another weekly news recap. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. We love having you put your headphones in or in the car and press and play and hearing our voices. It makes our week. Tony, any last thoughts?
Yeah, I am always just I come back grateful every week that I get to do this with the one person that kind of is like the best part of my week and being able to talk about film news and give our listeners opportunities to tap someone on the shoulder at the movie theater for the upcoming week and be like, "Hey, have you heard about this, film? I heard that this director's returning or this actor is working on this or I really like the score from this movie. I got the recommendation from these two guys that I listened to during the week." It sounds so cheesy and it's a little lame, but like my biggest dream is like for us to both have somebody make a friend or go on a date and like bring up something that they heard from the podcast, be able to connect in film from something that they heard from two guys that are really, really in love with movies and just really love having this friendship that they can come back to every single week. Mine's like a thank you, and mine's like a please leave us a review and let us know if you listen to the episode. That way we can know if we're doing a good job or if we need to shut the fuck up.
I don't think
No,
I could have said that any better than what you said. I think
yeah.
that was, I agree with everything. And this is, like I said, we say it every week, but this is the best part of the week. And talking all the news and film with you it's the best. And I'm glad we've been doing this. And I'm glad for all of our listeners that like to hear us ramble every single week. But it's great. And with that,
Until next week, listeners.
till next week, hey, Tony, go watch a fucking
Hey, Pat, go watch a fucking movie.
movie. Bye.
Bye.
This podcast is hosted and edited by Pat Brennan. That's me, with intro and closing music by Patrick Baxter.